This portion of the question is asking us to calculate both the marginal revenue per ton of steel as well as the personal marginal cost per steel per ton as well as the social cost of production. So to figure out marginal revenue, we just look at the change in total revenue over the change in quantity. So the marginal revenue, when I go from 0 tons of steel to 1, I'm going to go from 0 revenue to $115. So the marginal revenue is $115. When I go from 1 to 2, I go from $115 in revenue to $210. And the difference there is $95. And we keep going down using that process. And when we do, here are the numbers that you get. We'll do the same thing for figuring out the marginal cost to producers. We look at the change in total cost with the change in output. So I go from 0 to 1. That's an increase of $10, presumably. When I go from 1 unit of steel to 2, I go from $10 to $30. So that's an increase of 20. And then we continue to follow that process all the way down until you get these numbers. We know from the first part of the question that there's an external cost of $60 per ton when it comes to producing steel. In essence, there is a social cost that we haven't taken into account when making a decision based on marginal cost. And so we need to just add the $60 external cost per ton to each of our marginal costs. So the marginal social cost is 70, 80, 90, 100, and $110. Now that we have this information, we'll be able to answer the remaining portions of the question.